Hey Matthew readers, I am picking back up this week's reading from Breckenridge, Colorado. Where are you reading from? We want to know, so type it into the comment section from wherever you're watching how you're following this Matthew journey with us. Today's reading is one of my favorites. It's from Matthew 18, and it's Jesus teaching on how to resolve conflict. It's so practical, it's so simple, but it's so challenging. And if we have the courage to try it out, it will save us so much sideways energy and even pain. So here's what he says in Matthew 18. He says, if you have something against your brother, first you go straight to your brother or sister, obviously. So solve it directly with the person you have a problem with. I don't know about you, but my very first step in conflict is usually not to talk straight to the person who's wounded me. It's to talk about the person who's wounded me. And I will do that with many people sometimes in the spirit of processing, which is kind of a spiritual or emotional term for gossip. That's just what it is. But Jesus says the very first thing we should do is don't talk about other people. Don't let it sit in your brain and stew and write stories about what's happening. Actually go straight to the person who's wounded you. And that can sound something like this. Hey, can you talk about something with me? Or hey, are you open to some feedback? Or hey, I wanted to, you know, all the sentence starters that make you sort of go, uh-oh, what's coming? But I think step one is hard because that's the most direct and difficult thing. It's easier to talk about someone and get people on your side and feeling sorry for you than it is to directly confront the one who's hurt you. But Jesus says start there. And then if that doesn't work, if you don't get through to that person, then bring in one or two people as witnesses. And that means like people who can help hear in more objective ways. And as you pick these people, pick somebody who is for both of you who are in the conflict. Obviously you want somebody who's as objective as possible, who's wise and loving enough to tell you both the truth about what you might be missing in the conflict. And then if that doesn't work, it says take it to the church. So take it to a body of people, of leaders, of spiritual leaders who can seek God on your behalf, who can pray with you and help you discern the right path forward. And then what he says is if that doesn't work, then treat them like a Gentile or a tax collector. Now, before you get too excited and think, oh, okay, I only have to go through steps 1 through 3, then I can wash my hands of this conflict. Remember, how did Jesus treat Gentiles and tax collectors? He spent time with them. He loved them. He forgave them. And so it's not saying try steps 1 through 3 and then if that fails, you can bail. He's saying, and if that fails, you still show mercy and extend grace and forgive. Now, my pastors in Chicago used to say it this way for steps 1 through 3. They'd say, if you have a conflict, first it's me and you. Then it's me, you, and a few. And then if that doesn't work, it's me, you, and a pew. Like a pew from church. So think about a conflict in your life or a place where you're hurting or you have a wound. Where do you need to do that forgiveness work? And can you try it with these 3 steps to go directly to the one who's offended you, then to the one who, if that doesn't work, then invite a few people in who are trusted and wise and loving. And then if that doesn't work, seek out a pastor or some wise spiritual counsel to help you navigate what is next as you move forward in the process of forgiveness. Blessings on you as you read. We are more than halfway through this plan, and I can't wait to get to the rest of the readings this week. Again, they're practical and deep and gritty and hard to implement, but worth it. Y'all have a great day.